Hi guys. Okay, Kate here, coming to you live from my living room. Sorry about the shaky camera. I want to try to get it propped into my couch a little bit because this is just where I feel like sitting right now. So, let's see how I can do this. There. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of do a little short series on how to find wellness in the new year that actually is permanent. That's something that you can stick with, because so many people make all these goals and these resolutions and all these things. Hello from VA. Hi, busy mama. I'm a busy mama too. I have 2 kids making a fort downstairs and 1 taking a nap, and we're about to go pick up our raw milk, and I thought I'd squeeze in a video. So, what I wanted to do is just do a video on how you can actually stick with these New Year's resolutions and make this year be the year that all of this sticks, and it's permanent, and it's a process, and it's step by step, and you have to take baby steps. If you set these huge goals, like everyone does, like I'm gonna go paleo when you've been living in the standard American diet for how many years, and you buy all the cookbooks, a mom of 7, wow, I'm a mom of 3, and I'd like to have 4. Way to go, mama. But they set all these huge goals and you buy these books and you're all excited. I know I've done this. And you jump in and you get super overwhelmed and you set it aside for a little bit. And then maybe you pick it back up again when you get some more steam. But a lot of times it just kind of goes away. Like my husband said, the gym is just packed right now. I run outside, packed with people, and it's trickling off each week. And that's the way it goes. And I'm not coming down on people. I'm just saying that I think we set the bar too high. We see all this stuff in the media and we think we have to be that way and we're going to do it. We're just going to dive in. But I'm telling you, you have to start from the ground up and you have to get rid of a lot of stuff so you can fill it with goodness. So I think I'm going to do a Periscope series on this because it's something I'm super, super passionate about, because it's the missing piece in our modern medical model. We don't have a lot of education. We're really good at surgery and emergency care, symptomatic management, but we don't teach our patients how to take care of their bodies outside the hospital. So I want to help to do that. But the first thing you have to do is you have to get rid of stuff. You have to and if you don't implement anything, if you don't start paleo, you don't start an exercise routine, you don't do anything, just take something away. Take away crappy eating, take away negative stuff. But I'm going to start, I made a little checklist. One of the first things that you can do for your health is open up your cabinets and take out all the things that are in boxes and cans. Set them on your counter. And this is actually something that's kind of fun to do with the kids who can read, and start looking through the ingredients and finding things that are not good. And you will be surprised, shocked. Even some of the foods that you thought were healthy, because maybe you got them at the health food store, you look in there and you see the chips that you got at the co-op, that they're sweet potato chips, and oh, they're great, but they're fried in canola oil. Or there's these little puffy things that I got at the co-op and they're organic and they're supposed to be good, but the reason why they taste so good is because they're filled with Taruli yeast extract. And I'm not trying to scare you, I just want you to open your eyes and be aware. If you go online and you search names for MSG, you're going to find that MSG is a sneaky little fellow. He goes by a lot of different names, Taruli yeast extract being one of them. And you look on the back of the bag and you say, oh no, MSG, I'm good to go. Not the case. And these additives that are they get you hooked on the food, that you become a repeat customer when you get hooked on this stuff. So of course the food companies want to put it in there, because that means that they're always going to be getting money from you. And it really affects your brain. There's a really good book by Russell Blaylock called Excitotoxins, and he talks about the devastating effects that these chemicals actually have on our brain chemistry. It actually changes the chemistry of our brain. So it's pretty scary stuff. But you know what? There's good news. You can flavor your foods with things like truffle salt. It gives it a good MSG flavor that we all kind of crave, but it's natural, and mushrooms are actually good for you. So there's ways around it, and I'm going to go into that later. But what I want you to do is take all that crap out of your cupboards and put it on the counter and read through it. And if you see something that's garbage, just get rid of it. And if you're like me and you don't like wasting food, bring it over to your neighbors. Hey guys, look what I got, a bag full of treats. Bring it to the local food shelf if it's unopened. Get rid of it, or if you just want to throw it away, that's cool too. But my point is to get it out of the house, because this is what I've done in the past. I'm gonna eat this way starting Monday, and then Monday comes and you still have a bag of those puffs in your cupboard, but you don't want to throw them away. So you're like, okay, I'm going to eat all the puffs today, and then I'm going to start on Tuesday, right? Have you done that before? Okay. So just get rid of it now. That way you're not even going to be eating it and your brain's going to be unaffected. Then I want you to see how certain foods make you feel. Dairy, for example. Dairy makes me feel really congested, like thick. Especially if I don't eat really high quality dairy. We buy raw milk. Like I said, we're going to pick that up. I make yogurt for the kids. We get raw cheese. I can have a little bit of that. If I eat a lot of it, I can feel it here in my throat. I'm always clearing my throat. I almost feel like it's in my lungs. Notice how you feel when you eat certain foods. Maybe those foods aren't good for you. Even though this recipe and this guru and this person says, yes, fermented yogurt from raw milk, grass-fed cows is really super good for you. Coffee always makes you feel off. Same with me. I cannot there's one kind of coffee I can tolerate, and it's this mushroom coffee, and I have a link to it on my website because it's adaptogenic and it modulates the stress response. If I go buy coffee at the store, I am on the moon in like 30 minutes and like anxiety city. So yes, and that's good that you realize that. That's what you need to do. Look and see what food makes you feel off, and then get it out of your diet. Even though, like, coffee's a great example. So it gives you a good lift. Like, yeah, I feel really good. I have energy. But then you notice that you feel really horrible later on. It's not a good food for you. I'm sorry. You're going to have to find an alternative. And you know what? There's always alternatives. And that's what I try to put out there on my website. Like, if you love this and you can't tolerate it, maybe you can try this. And it's really fun. It's fun to experiment. So, on my tangents that I always go on, pay attention to how food makes you feel. Corn is another one. And a lot of times it's food that you crave. Corn, I just don't do well with corn. It makes my blood sugar all over the place, like corn in foods, like popcorn or grits. Even if I'm buying like the organic stuff and I'm making it with lots of butter and I think I'm doing a good job, corn, my body doesn't like corn. Eggs are another one. And it's subtle symptoms sometimes. Like, sometimes it can just be that you're always clearing your throat. Like, like, why am I always doing that? Sometimes that can be dairy, sometimes that can be eggs, sometimes you can be itchy, your mood can be all over the place because like corn sends my blood sugar on a roller coaster. So just pay attention. You can even keep a food journal. Start writing down what you eat and how you feel. And if they're crappy, or if the foods are making you feel crappy, get rid of them. Try an elimination diet where you eliminate all the allergenic foods, corn, soy, citrus, dairy, eggs, everything for a couple weeks, and you slowly reintroduce them one at a time. And if you find that these foods are making you feel bad, get rid of them. You don't need that in your life anymore. Maybe if you need a little gut healing, you can heal your gut and try reintroducing them later and see if you tolerate it. Maybe you're not going to be able to eat them for the rest of your life. But you know what? When you get them out of your life, you're going to feel a lot better. They're a crutch sometimes. I know popcorn. I love it. And once I get my hands on it, I go crazy and then I regret it. So just pay attention to that stuff. What else? And how do certain foods make you feel? I mean, like you said, coffee makes you feel bad. If there's just things that make you feel really hyper and then you crave it, it's probably a food that's not doing so well with your body chemistry. And we're all very different. I'm Northern European. I do well on a really high animal fat diet. Some people who are from more towards the equator, they're going to do better on like fruits and vegetables and citrus stuff. So look into your ancestry. Look it up online. Weston A. Price is a really great resource for finding out kind of your lineage, what foods work the best for your body composition. Because, we've evolved over thousands of years, and our bodies have evolved according to the diets that we traditionally ate for quite a long time. And also, what is your environment like? So we've gotten rid of the crappy foods in our cabinets. We've gotten rid of the foods that make us feel like garbage. Pay attention to who's in your environment. They say that you are the most like the 5 people that you hang out with the most. Look at who you're hanging out with. Are you hanging out with really toxic people and you just kind of feel down and depressed and you're like, why do I feel so depressed? And then you go hang out with your friends and then you realize that they're kind of all Debbie Downers. Sometimes you just have to say goodbye. You know what? You were really great and we had a lot of fun, but right now you're kind of cramping my style. And that can be hard to do. Believe me, I know this. I have some friends that are like that I've just kind of let them drift away. And it's nothing against them being bad people. It's just that you don't need that. You ain't got time for that in your life. So you know what? Find friends that make you feel good about yourself and that are aligned in your beliefs. Like, for example, if you have people who love the standard American diet, they love having parties. Every time you go there, they're making fun of you because you're bringing your healthy stuff. You feel bad. That's not good. Find friends who love to eat the way that you do. It's awesome going to a party with a bunch of real foodies and you're all eating like crazy stuff and sharing recipes and talking. You leave there, you don't have any guilt because you've been eating the food that you like and you've had a blast. I mean, when I get together with my blogger friends, oh my gosh, it's totally crazy. I mean, we're wild. We have so much fun. Like I was hanging out with Mama Natural a couple months ago. If you know Genevieve Mama Natural, she's phenomenal, hilarious, like so much fun. We had so much fun talking about coffee enemas and eating raw liver and stuff that I could never talk about with like my old friends. So get rid of the toxic people in your life because that's a contributing factor. Everything in your life is multifactorial. You got to look at the big picture, everything that's in it. So environment. Oh, and then the other environmental thing. This is kind of the final thing I think I'll touch on. Toxins in your home. They are everywhere. So true, busy mama. Very true. You know what? Especially when you have 7 kids, you don't have time for toxic people in your life. You barely have time for your husband. So, but you have to get rid of chemicals in your home. When I got pregnant with my daughter, like when I was getting more crunchy in my lifestyle, I was making cleaners and doing stuff. But then when I got pregnant, I got serious about it. I went in and I looked at every label on everything and I got rid of everything and started making my own. And that might sound like a monumental task, but you know what? I have 2 things for you. Vinegar and baking soda. Seriously, you can clean everything in your house with these 2 things. Now I'm adding to that list thieves cleaner. You can make a soft scrub with thieves cleaner and baking soda. My friend Heather from Oily Rockstars put that recipe. It's up online. If you look up Oily Rockstars soft scrub, she's got an amazing recipe. You can clean everything with that stuff, and it costs you pennies to make. Not only are you going to be getting rid of all the toxins in your home, I make my own cleaners. Yes, it's so easy and quick, and like my laundry detergent that I make makes 98 loads. It's like 7 cents a load or something crazy. So you think it sounds weird, but like all the stuff in the stores is made with so much filler and junk and fragrance that it comes in these huge boxes, and then you think that you need these big scoops when you're using your homemade cleaners. You don't. You just need a small amount. So you can make a big old batch of these cleaners. I make my laundry detergent like twice a year. And it's so inexpensive. I have the recipe on my blog too. But what I'm saying is you make these cleaners. Yep, that's what I do, make laundry detergent. Yeah, that's great. It's so cool. And you make them in bulk, and then you're set and you don't have any of the chemicals. You don't have to worry about your kids. My kids help me clean. And I don't feel bad about them spraying cleaner on the floor or on the counter. I use thieves cleaner for like everything. That's something that Young Living sells. It's a really, really, really great cleaner. It works for everything. But yeah, it's non-toxic. It's wonderful. So I use that on everything, and just get rid of all the chemicals, and then look at what you put on your skin, because what you put on your skin gets in your bloodstream within 20 seconds. And some of those things, it's not regulated. Anything that says fragrance on a label is not regulated. Not regulated. You don't know what that is. It is crazy things that you're putting on your skin, and it's getting into your body. There's lots of things, parabens and stuff. I just bought Thieves Cleaner. Oh my God, Thieves Cleaner, get ready. You're going to be obsessed. I will never use anything else again. Parabens are a very common thing that are in a lot of shampoos, self-care products, anything you put on your face. Parabens are endocrine disruptors. You know what that means? They make your hormones go wonky. They can cause premature like breast development in kids, and plastics can cause that because of the exogenous estrogen. So I mean, get glass containers, get rid of toxic makeup. Beauty Counter is a makeup that I love. They are non-toxic. I have a whole page dedicated to that on my website. If you look on the menu bar and the drop down of how many chemicals they ban compared to Europe and the United States and everything. So it's crazy. But I only use that because I can trust that I can put it on my face. If my daughter wants to play makeup party, I can put it on her face. It's cool. And it works. That's actually the only makeup I found that actually works. So get rid of the toxic self-care products, make your own deodorant, make your own laundry soap, make your own cleaners, make your own everything. Thrive Market became a lifesaver. Oh my God, yes. Thrive Market is another wonderful thing. I actually have a page dedicated to them on my blog. I'd like to try glass sippy cups, but I have a brick floor, so I'm afraid they will break. Yeah, we use stainless steel, actually, sippy cups, because I had that same issue. I was like, maybe I can wrap it in rubber. I was trying to like hack this sippy with these like, I know I love Thrive. You guys can find Thrive on my webpage. It's on the menu bar too. Awesome. Free shipping. Best prices. Believe me, I've done price comparisons. I have a blog post actually coming out soon about the price comparisons versus Amazon and Target. Thrive wins. Awesome. Stainless steel is great. Yes. And there's I forget what it's even called. I think it's Thermos brand. They have some really good sippies. We have 2 for my kids. They love them. We have a Princess one and a Cards one, and we've had them forever, and you can scrub them, and I clean them with Thieves, and they're awesome. I'm going off on tangents again. So to recap, Read your labels and get all the junk out of your cabinets if you can. I love the green sprouts. Yes, those are really good ones too. The green sprouts ones. Those are, you can find those on Amazon too. So label read, get the junk out of your cabinets. Just throw it away. Give it to your neighbors. If you have an annoying neighbor, go bring them all the junk. No, just kidding. Hi, Scott, if you're here. I'm going to bring all that stuff over to you now. How do certain foods make you feel? Eat food, see how they make you feel. Keep a food journal. Get rid of the stuff that makes you feel bad. Just say goodbye to it. Let it go. Get rid of toxic friends, family members. Send them a Christmas card, but don't hang out with them every Saturday night. Okay? Cool beans. Thanks for this scope encouraging me to go through my house. Yes, yes, yes. Do it, do it. It's fun. It's fun to purge. There's this really good book that I read called The Magical Art of Tidying Up, I believe. I threw out 15 bags of clothes from my closet. Okay? That was just my closet. I brought it all to the Goodwill. 2 carloads of stuff. I felt amazing. Anything, this is another thing. This might get kind of woo. Anything that's emotionally brings you back to a time in your life that you didn't like. Get rid of it. Like, say there's some clothing that you have that you used to wear during a time, like when I worked night shift, kind of a dark period of my life. Working 17-hour night shifts, absolutely brutal. I kind of felt like crap all the time. Well, I did feel like crap all the time. So when I look back on the scrubs back before we had mandatory navy blue, those colored scrubs I was holding on to, I don't know why, maybe I'll wear them again someday, reminds me of night shift. I got rid of them. They're not in my closet. I don't open my closet and see, oh, there's night shift. I don't. Get rid of that stuff. Why are you holding on to it? You don't need to. So get rid of that stuff. Get rid of the toxins. Get rid of the cleaners. I have, if you go to my blog, on the recipe, on the tab, there's a recipe drop down. There's a cleaners section. That's all the cleaners, well, a lot of the cleaners that I make. Just go there. The recipes are inexpensive and they're very easy to make. Make some up. There's also a DIY, like, health and wellness tab that has like my frankincense face cream, my toner, my under eye serum. Like, I have this like science lab in my kitchen and in my bathroom cabinet. I think I'm going to post a picture of that on Instagram, actually. All the bottles and jars, like everything I make. It looks funny, but it's awesome. It really works. It works better than any of the crap I used to buy at the store. And when my daughter comes in and wants to see what face cream I'm putting on at night before I go to bed, I can put some on her too, because she's always curious about that. So I should probably wrap this up and let everyone go. Those are my notes, but do this. Go and get rid of some stuff. It's really fun. What do you think about Mrs. Meyer's cleaners? Read labels. I guess I don't really know exactly what's in all of those, but just look, and if it's something that you can't pronounce, Google it. And sometimes you just Google it with the words PubMed afterwards and see if it's shown up in any scientific studies. You can look up the MSDS, where you can see the toxicity level on things. I always look everything up. And I kind of get sick of looking everything up. I used to buy like the cleanest stuff at the co-op, which cost an arm and a leg and didn't even clean that well. And I got sick of looking stuff up, so then I just started making my own. And really, I mean, baking soda and vinegar were always my go-to. And then once I got into essential oils, it was like the whole world opened up. I mean, now I can tweak things to work just a little bit better, especially in my face care things, like my frankincense face cream. Game changer. I made a lot of different body butters and stuff before with the addition of frankincense. That's all I'm going to say. Just got to give it a try. It makes you beauteous, even though I look tired today. I use, the environmental working group. That's, the Skin Deep database. That's where you look up all your beauty care products and self-care products and stuff too, like any of your makeup. And it gives it a rating of how toxic it is. And that's the other thing that's really great about Beauty Counter, is that everything they have is a 2 or less. So that's a no-brainer right there. That's why I decided to just go with them. I'm kind of like, I like shopping around, but I don't like buying like 100 things from all these different places. So I just get all my makeup there. I make all my face creams. I get a ton of my grocery stuff at Thrive. I mean, not to just be like pushing all these, but I mean, seriously, I've done my homework and those are the places that I love the best. So I'm going to end this. Thank you for all the hearts. Thanks for sticking with me in this scope. And I have to go pick up some raw milk. So you guys have a wonderful day. If I can turn it off.